Hi, this is John Ashworth, the Fitness Nomad. Welcome to the first phase of my training program. The first 4 weeks of the program I like to call the Nomad Scramble, because what we're doing is we're combining set and rep combinations with basically the same dumbbell routine, all of which will prepare you for the more significant work that is coming in the next phase, strength and growth. So what I want to do today is just take you through the basic dumbbell routine, make sure you understand the moves, the proper form, proper technique that you should be using. All movements in every workout in the Nomad Scramble, the first set should start with a 15 or 20 RM. And remember, RM stands for repetition maximum. So if I say I want you to do a 15 to 20 RM, that means I want you to choose a weight that you can lift 15 to 20 times and no more, with good technique. So it's got to be 15 to 20 times with good technique. So here we go. All right, this is the dumbbell chest press. So you're going to lie down on your back on the bench. I always like to see your feet up in the air if you can do it. Definitely feet up on the bench. That keeps your low back in a much better position. Dumbbells come out wide, stay over your elbows, down about an inch above your chest, and then press up. You're driving through the middle of your chest, trying to keep your neck and shoulders relaxed. When you go heavier with this move, perfectly okay to turn the dumbbells inside, bring them in a little closer. This makes you more powerful, up and down. So especially when we move into strength and growth, bringing those dumbbells inside makes you more powerful. Doesn't that sound good? All right, this is the bent over row, bent over single arm row. You're going to get your right hand and your right knee on the bench. Reach down and grab that dumbbell. You want to seat your shoulder blade, your shoulder on your back, and then you're going to pull with your back, a little rotation at the top. But you really want to initiate that movement with your back. So you've got a nice, flat, neutral, normal curve in that low back. Initiate the move with the back, then the arm bends, you pull, and you rotate. Up and down, just like that. Nice and easy. You don't want to be leaning over on your right hand too much. And the key to this movement really is a nice flat back. And if you can't get that back control, a quick way you can practice that back control is to do that old cat-cow move in yoga, letting the back collapse, head goes up, and then tucking the chin into your chest and rounding out your back, back and forth. That's the move I always go to when a client is struggling with that back position. All right, now we have dumbbell shoulder press. So what you're going to do is you're going to take dumbbells, put them right at your shoulders, back nice and straight, belly button drawn in for stability, and pressing above your head. Now I like to see your hands and the dumbbells end up slightly in front of your face, slightly in front of your nose. That just helps decrease the impingement in your shoulder joint when you go up and down. And again, palms facing away from you, or more powerful position, palms facing together. So when you're going heavier, you can use that position. A couple things to keep in mind. A lot of people end up shrugging when they do the shoulder press. It's just a natural tendency when the back is weak and the shoulders aren't strong enough yet. So make sure you keep your shoulders down. Dumbbells go up. Okay, another way to do the shoulder press, the dumbbell shoulder press, barbell shoulder press, any kind of shoulder press, would be to use the backrest. Now the benefit of this, your back doesn't have to work as hard, except that sometimes it is a challenge to keep that back firmly pressed against the bench, which is a little bit of work. But what this does, if you're keeping your back against the bench, it forces you to do the work with your shoulders. So there's a real tendency with the shoulder press to arch the back away from the bench, or just in general if you're not sitting in a bench. And that way then the back is absorbing a lot of force, not good for the spine. So belly button's drawn straight back, back against the bench, up and down, smooth, like butter. All right, one of my all-time favorite moves, the dumbbell squat. Terrific functional move. Everything you do in the gym builds from a foundation of strength in the lower body and being able to squat properly. So it's important to learn this skill. Feet about shoulder width or a little bit wider, dumbbells at your sides. The dumbbells just kind of swing forward as you sit your butt back. Keep your knees over your feet. Again, nice natural normal curve in your low back, so no hunching as you go down. You really want to be neutral in your spine. And as Lisa zooms in on my lower body, you'll see that my knees are directly over my ankles. And as I get more and more warmed up, those thighs are getting farther and farther to being parallel to the floor with a neutral back. This is really where you want to be. If you can't keep those knees over your feet, only squat down as far as you can with your knees over your ankles. Otherwise, you're going to end up with knee problems, and you don't want that. All right, this is the trickiest move of the bunch, the trickiest move in the Nomad Scramble, the straight leg or slightly bent leg deadlift. And you can always go to a fully bent leg deadlift, which I'll show you as part of this sequence. What you're doing is, again, normal natural curve in that low back. That's true with any move that you do in the gym. Dumbbells you hold in front of you, and you're bending forward with a nice neutral curved back as far as you can go until you feel like your back's going to round. You just go as far as you can go, legs slightly bent, dig your heels into the floor, and come up. Now, note of caution here, if you feel any discomfort or the dryer buzzing in the background, do not keep going. You shouldn't feel any discomfort in your low back when you do this. You should feel your hamstrings doing all the work. So, legs slightly bent, back neutral, and as Lisa zooms in on the movement, you can see it a little bit more closely. Now, as she stays zoomed in, if you're feeling discomfort in your low back or like you can't keep your back in the right position, just go into a nice bent leg deadlift. This is a terrific move. We get into the bent leg deadlift when you get into strength and growth because you can really load the body. And that's the game here. Loading the body so that you can build bones and build muscle, your two most precious assets in life. Okay, another really, really important move in the Nomad Scramble, and in general, what I find when people are not working with a professional, they ignore the lower body, the calves especially. There's a lot of muscle mass in those calves, and it's okay, ladies, they'll look more shapely. There's a lot of muscle in there, which will help you burn a lot of calories, so you want to make sure and work them. So as Lisa zooms in here, you're going to see that here in the studio, I have a method of elevating my toes on the board so that the calves are on a nice big stretch, and then I can go up and down. Now you can hold a dumbbell in front of you for this, one or two dumbbells if you can balance. You can see how it pulls your shoes off there because it's putting those calves on a nice big stretch. You can do this double-legged or single-legged. The key to this move is to keep your knees straight. That keeps all the emphasis in those lower legs, which, remember, a lot of muscle mass in there. One of your most precious assets in life. That muscle will help you burn lots of calories. So make sure you work those calves. All right, this is the bicep curl. Now, one of the keys with the curl is to only go up about 2/3 of the way and then come back down. Why? Because that keeps more tension on the muscle. From about this position to this position, not much happening. Gravity's not really able to do its job there, and there's not much work happening. So by just curling, palms kind of slightly angled, curling to about 2/3 of the way up, you're going to feel that glorious burn that you feel in the gym. Building muscle, building the biceps, and again, no sway. So no arching, no swing, no swinging the dumbbells. It's not a dance move. It's a curl. All right, this is the overhead tricep extension. Now this isn't the only way to work the triceps, but I really like this if you can do it because it really does help loosen up the upper back. It forces you to use your core a little bit more. You're going to sling, you're going to hold the dumbbell in a big triangle. You're going to sling it up behind your head. And you're going to try to keep your elbows pointed directly toward the mirror. Now, you don't want to go into a big arch of your back. Keep the belly button tucked back, pelvis tucked under you, and you're going to drive it straight up, again without shrugging. Keep the neck and shoulders relaxed. You should feel all the movement in those triceps. And this so that if anybody ever asks you for directions again, you can say, I think it's right over there.